behind the car. That was a spiritual event in itself because I was where I was at, as far as mentality is concerned, on the streets or whatever. And events started taking place to actually, I wouldn't say, it was sort of like faith-shaking events, you understand what I'm saying? Things started to happen. I started to see negative forces moving. Negative forces always move, they always on the move and trying to destroy and take down. But in particular, this was something that I never experienced before, you understand what I'm saying? So things started really affecting my spirit, and I started questioning whether or not was I actually going to make it to the kingdom of heaven, because I believed in God, I believed in God. I come from like a church background or whatever, so I had some understanding that there was a God. I knew about Jesus Christ, I knew you had to go through Jesus Christ to get to the Lord, but I didn't have the truth, you understand what I'm saying? I didn't know how to put that puzzle together. So, what happened is, that whole week leading up to me actually finding out the truth and the Lord actually opening my eyes, for some reason, you got hardcore guys hustling, right? I'm talking about shooters, man. Cats that's serious. Start talking about religion in the Bible. And they was pretty much like trying to sell their religion to me. Cats that was into Islam would be like, yeah, Islam is the way. And I'm thinking like, whoa, this guy never came at me like that. But what it was a spiritual attack to try to divert me and divert my attention from Jesus Christ, because my time was coming. He was about to bring me in to the truth. So what happened was, another brother that's in the truth now, that's in the church now, we all grew up on the same block. We did our thing together, we hung together, you know what I'm saying? We good friends. We were good friends before we came in the truth. Now we are still good friends, like best friends, man. He was more like my brother. So what happened is, me and him was together. We actually went, him and my brother, Chris Copeland, we had went for a job interview downtown. And it was so weird because we got off the sub and we ran into 3 people that day. One cat was a complete bug out. It was like everybody was trying to divert our attention. He had this book stand and he said he was in some religion that lives 6 months as a different religion every 6 months. So 6 months you're Jehovah's Witness, 6 months you're a Muslim, 6 months you're a Baptist, 6 months you're a Buddhist. And he was like, yeah, so that way we get all knowledge. And I'm like, right, you know what I'm saying? So he tried to push his thing on us, so we listened to him and we moved on. And that's what's so strange about it. Nobody never came at me like that. I didn't, that's how, now that I'm more in tune with the spirit of the Lord, I'm able to look at situations and know how to judge them and know exactly what happened or what was going on at the time. Second people we ran into was these cats who deal with Dr. York or whatever. They talking about they just came from Atlanta. They call them the Lamb. We just came from seeing the Lamb and this and that. They start dealing with the mathematics and the science and all this other madness that was making no sense. So, we talked to them, and he was trying to sell us a book. We didn't get it, and we weren't filled out for the job. Of course, none of us got the job because the Lord had another plan. We wasn't even there to get the job. He brought us downtown for something else. So on the way back, we had to go catch the sub at 15th and Market. And what happened is we seen the brothers out there speaking. And from there, literally, things went like the Matrix. Everything started to slow down. I looked at the brother, and his hand was like pointing. Because before that, we was like seeking, because he had just came home from a little juvie vid. I had came home, and I guess he did a little studying, and he started questioning things that we knew to be so-called truths or whatever, like, was Jesus Christ black? And I didn't know that. He was like, yeah, Jesus Christ was black, from the little information that he had. But like I said, we just had little pieces, but we didn't have the truth. So we already was vibing on something else, trying to figure out what was going on. We were seeking. So it was like that point, that moment, we actually found what we was looking for. And in the spirit, we knew it. And he was like, I looked at his face and he was pointing like, right, you know what I'm saying? Like, and as I looked at him, I looked And it was like a blinding light. Not to the point where I couldn't see what was in front of me, but I was literally squinting my eyes like this, even though I could see what was going on. It was some aura that was so great that it had me squinting like, and it was just like a light that was coming off of that, and everything was like a blur. We started walking in slow motion and everything, and it was just, the spirit just had me locked in. We was there until they broke down. We was there early. This was a job interview, like around 10, 11 o'clock, and the brothers had finished up probably like 6, 7 in the evening, so you can imagine, you know, and we was out there locked in, man, and I was just sitting there, and questions, you know, was getting answered, and it was just like a bombardment of truth, and it was just washing away all the negative, man. And it was like at that moment, I felt like I was baptized. Because I had been baptized, you know, in a Baptist church or whatever, but that was just with the water. I actually was baptized with the word that day, and I felt it. And like I said, everything was pretty much slow motion. And all I remember is just being there, just locked in. And, it was almost like total silence. And just everything I was hearing was, you know, Jesus Christ is black. And then it would be silence again, and I'm locked in, getting all kind of information. You know, then I would hear, you know, what's your true nationality? You know, you're Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Here's the scriptures to prove, and things like that. So at that point, we got some literature. We looked at it, and the decision was already made once we even saw, like, listen, this is where we need to be at right here. So that's when the church in Philadelphia had actually opened up. That was the first week that the church opened up in Philadelphia. The church, because before that it wasn't the church. And you know, we came through then, and that's what's been going on ever since.